Hello, my name's Diana, and this is Diana Vargas, and this is for my ESL 440 class for analyzing Arizona's language development approach. So the first question is explain Arizona's definition of an English learner. So an English learner students are those whose native language is not English and who have difficulty reading, writing, speaking, or comprehending English such that it limits success in the classroom. And then the distinction between the instructional program models, ESL, bilingual, sheltered English instruction, and structured English immersion is, so ESL pull-out students attend their classes for the majority of the day, and then each week they get 3 to 10 hours in a small group with an ESL instructor, and they focus on language development of English. Sheltered English instruction, they are taught academic content in English by a content licensed teacher. However, the English language is used for instruction and is adapted to the proficiency level of the student. So if they're at a kinder level, it's at a kindergarten level, regardless of what grade they're in. The instruction focuses on content. Sheltered English instruction also promotes English language development. Then bilingual education, ELLs receive academic instruction in their language first for part of the day, and then the other half of the day they receive ESL instruction, or like traditional. And then it's over the course of 2 to 4 years. So at the beginning it's mostly in their language and a small part in English, but as time goes on they work to eliminate their language part of the day. And then structured English immersion, they are taught subject matter in English by a licensed teacher or someone licensed as a English as a second language or bilingual education. And then the teacher is usually proficient in the student's first language. They may use their native language to clarify if they have any questions, but the teacher only uses English. And that was part 1 for terminology. Part 2 for principles of Arizona's language development approach. So describing Arizona's language development approach, it's a foundational understanding of English learners and that they are valuable members of the community, and they should have an active role, and they should be able to ensure that student success and achievement furthering in school. There are 4 principles that surround this. The core is research-based and things that are non-negotiable components. And then the outer ring identifies overarching goal of language and content in the instruction for English learners. Student agency refers to learning through activities that are meaningful and relevant to learners. They're usually driven by interest or self-initiated by the student with some guidance from the teacher. So students need to be able to demonstrate mastery of the skills. If the student knows what their goal is and they trust their teacher, this will allow them to choose and to work more towards the goal that they want. The 4 principles are asset-based behavior and expectation. And this one is through participation and asset-based learning environment, English learner students will develop confidence and a belief in their own ability to achieve success. Principle 2, integrated instruction in disciplinary language and content. So through participation, again, students will develop their voice, their confidence, and their self-determination to learn and meet their goals. Principle 3, targeted and explicit language instruction. Again, through participation in targeted instruction, students will develop their voice confidence and self-efficacy around the language use. And principle 4, assessment, monitoring, and feedback. And then with regular assessment, monitoring, and feedback, and educator guidance, students have opportunities to set their goals, to measure and evaluate their progress towards the goals they set. And then the last part is discussing components of approved research-based SEI models. So the first one is newcomer, and essentially it's just any foreign-born student and their families who recently arrived to the U.S., so usually under or less than a year in the U.S., and their pre-emergent to emergent rate on the AZELA test. The pull-out method is for targeted and explicit English language development instruction using the language domains. Pull-out time may be accomplished through small groups within the mainstream classroom, or just pulling students out of the mainstream classroom in a different location, or pushing a specialist into the mainstream classroom to work with that student. The 2-hour method of targeted English instruction, which is principle 3, is for English learners only. All English learners must be provided the required of targeted English instruction. And then the last one, 50-50 dual language immersion. The first number refers to the amount of instructional time initially spent for instruction in the target or non-English language in kindergarten. The second number refers to English. A 50-50 model uses English and the target language for 50% of the time throughout the duration of the program. And that's it. Thank you.